clerk will please take the roll.
Trustee Drake?
Here.
Trustee Jury? Here. Trustee Roy?
Here.
Trustee Williams?
Here.
Mayor Robb?
Are there any public concerns?
Is that me? Oh, sorry. Hi, I'm Christine Penrose, and I have submitted a letter to the village requesting a letter of support on behalf of my bosses, the owners of the Riveredge Resort and Spa. They are requesting to get their visas so that they can actually buy the Riveredge Resort. Right now, currently, they are leasing it from Dr. Mathis, and I.N.S. has said that if they receive a letter of support from the village, that it might help expedite their visas. I just feel that since they've taken over, the Riveredge has become more community-oriented, and they're really doing a good thing for the community by trying to buy that place.
Mark, any comments?
I don't know. I've never really had this issue before. I don't know what the letter of support is supposed to say. I mean, I don't know if you're pledging or vouching for their character or what you're doing. I don't know how well you know them, how you feel about that. I've never really seen this type of request.
No, I'm pretty much 99%. I run the resort for them. They're just the backers.
And they need the visa for what
They need
reason?
the visas to obtain the business plan to actually buy it. They cannot buy it unless they have dual citizenship.
Is that a requirement of one of the funding companies that's funding it? Or?
Correct.
And the visa doesn't really give them citizenship, right?
No, it's just...
I don't know. I'm not an immigration attorney to know what's involved with that, so you're a little on your own here. But it sounds like you're vouching for their character in a way.
Well, they're kind of looking for just somebody to say that they support them buying the hotel. Is from what my understanding is.
Is there a day they need it by?
No, we're just trying to expedite things as quickly as we can. They just said that the letter of support from the village wouldn't hurt.
So they only need a letter that says we support their purchase, not them personally.
Exactly. You don't have to vouch for them personally. You're just supporting them, taking over, purchasing the Riveredge Resort because it's definitely helped the community.
I guess it's a question of how you guys feel about it. I mean, it's. I don't know the operation or any of the rest of it well enough to comment. That's a judgment call you have to make how comfortable you are with something like that.
It's more or less, and I don't know if any of you know Dr. Mathis, who was the previous owner, who actually still does own the building. He's just leasing the business out to them. And basically when Dr. Mathis was here, I mean, I was at the Riveredge for about 13 years. When he took it over, I left for 2 years. I feel that he started alienating the community. The Riveredge wasn't as community-oriented as it used to be. They used to do a lot of events with the fire department, with the senior citizens, and everything else. Since Rick and Jody have taken it back over and they've allowed me pretty much full control, we've been able to open back up to the community again and do a lot of, we've done a ton of events to give back to the community. We've donated for the local food pantries, the Hearts for Youth organization, the Eric Hutchinson Scholarship, and we have a whole entire year planned out ahead of us. I feel that without Rick and Joe T buying the hotel, that those things wouldn't exist. Because if Dr. Mathis was still had complete control of the building or the resort, we wouldn't be doing those things that we're doing today. So we're kind of looking for a little support and hopefully that you'll support them purchasing it in that aspect, because we are doing so much more for the community with them being in the position that they're in right now.
Do we have any liability?
I don't know. I'm not an immigration attorney. I don't know what this means. I only found out about it.
Because
I
don't think any of us personally know them.
We don't know them. We don't know their business background. If they've been successful up in wherever they live now, and they could come down here and say, I own this restaurant and this restaurant. Restaurant A went from $100,000 in the bad up to $200,000 in the good. This is what we've done in the community in Ottawa. This is what we've done for the community of Toronto. Somebody like that we know we can read their success guide. I know we'd be for it. But if they walked in here and they said, I'm brand new, never opened a restaurant in my life, that's kind of iffy.
No, I understand.
And I also think if they were going to ask for a letter of endorsement, they'd be up here in front of us themselves. In other words, you're doing a good job, you're doing what they ask, I have no problem with that, but we can't endorse somebody we can't see or talk to. We might have a question for them. Is it possible for them to come to a village board meeting?
I can double check. They pretty much, like I said, they are allowing the management team at the hotel to take care of everything. That's just, they're very reserved people, they're very quiet, they just want to do good for the resort.
Well,
I
we
can
want something to
ask
buy
them,
it,
yeah.
something that's successful. There's no doubt in that, because we do really like the Riveredge.
Even if they can't come to a meeting, would they be amenable to a phone call from one or more of the board members?
That they would probably do, yeah.
I mean, that may be another avenue.
Yes.
I mean, if you could check with them to see.
Okay. They do come over once a week to see me, and we meet all day long, so I'm sure they wouldn't be opposed to even having you guys, if it would be all right to come to the hotel and meet with them personally, then.
That'd be super.
Like I said, they're just very quiet people. They're not very, they don't want to be out in front of a bunch of people, but they're not opposed to having a few people come and meet with them.
Okay. Why don't we have you set up something and whatever board members are available. Ron, did you have a question?
Yeah, just in regard to that, how long have they been leasing it now?
2 years.
2 years?
Yep.
It's been a dramatic change since with Dr.
Yeah, I
Mathis.
think everybody
Nothing against
knows.
Dr. Mathis,
Yeah,
but Riveredge is now part of the community, and it was driven away. I mean, Jim Donegan had it as part of the community. Dr. Mathis, nothing against him, just went his own way. And in the last 2 years, they've come back. It's been a very pleasant, situation to have happen.
I know personally that they've done a lot, and I think it's Chris's management that's turned that around, because I do know that there was a problem between the community, not the village, but the community in general, when the other owners were operating. So you've done a good job there. We do appreciate that.
Well, they're the type of people that everything that they've made for profit, they put back into the hotel. I mean, we've done a tremendous, interior. The fourth floor's already been done. Third floor's halfway done. So they're not here. They're here to try and build it to make it more successful.
Good.
So,
Okay.
I will set something up and be in touch with you then, and then we'll go from there.
All right. That
Okay.
sounds like a good plan.
Fair enough. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other public concerns?